Welcome back to another exciting video on our channel Coins Buyers, where we uncover the hidden treasures hiding right in your pocket change. And today we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins ever to circulate in American history, the 1981 Liberty 1-cent coin. A penny that has amazed collectors and experts around the world with its incredible value that can reach up to a jaw-dropping $2.1 million. All because of its rare minting mistakes, unseen errors, and special characteristics that make it one of the most sought-after coins by numismatists and investors alike. Now, at first glance, the 1981 1-cent penny looks just like any other Lincoln cent you might see every day, with Abraham Lincoln's famous portrait on the obverse side, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, which was featured on all cents from 1959 to 2008. However, beneath this simple design lies a world of mystery, craftsmanship, and rare human error that transformed an ordinary coin with a face value of just 1 cent into an extraordinary collectible worth millions. The 1981 penny is especially important because it marks the final full year the U.S. Mint produced Lincoln cents made primarily of 95% copper and 5% zinc, before switching to the copper-plated zinc composition in 1982, making the 1981 penny one of the last true, heavyweight, copper coins that collectors love. Its historical importance alone makes it desirable, but the true value explosion comes from the extremely rare minting mistakes that occurred during its production. In 1981, the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints all struck Lincoln pennies, each with slightly different characteristics. Most people know that a small P mint mark was not used by the Philadelphia Mint at that time, while Denver used a D mint mark and San Francisco used an S. But here's where things get truly fascinating. Certain 1981 pennies show mint mark anomalies, like misplaced or doubled mint marks, and these rare varieties can instantly multiply the coin's worth by hundreds or even thousands of times. Imagine finding a 1981 penny where the mint mark, D, was punched slightly off its normal position or doubled during the minting process, giving it a ghost-like shadow effect that makes collectors' hearts race. These varieties are not just mint curiosities. They're literal golden tickets for those lucky enough to find them in circulation or old coin jars. Another significant reason behind the $2.1 million valuation is the existence of transitional errors, where a coin was accidentally struck using the wrong metal composition or the wrong die from another year. Because 1982 was the year of change from copper to zinc, a few experimental planchets may have been used earlier or later than intended. If a 1981 penny was accidentally struck on a zinc planchet or a foreign blank, it would stand out from the rest due to its lighter weight and distinct sound when dropped. These transitional error coins are among the rarest finds in U.S. coin history, and auction houses have seen collectors pay astonishing sums for them. Some 1981 pennies even showed die cracks, off-center strikes, double die obverse, or weakly struck details, all of which add unique identity and desirability to each specimen. Imagine owning a coin that looks slightly off from every other penny you've seen because of a human mistake at the minting press decades ago. This is the charm that turns a humble 1-cent coin into a multi-million-dollar collectible. Collectors and investors continuously search through rolls and bags of 1981 pennies hoping to find such treasures, and even a minor misprint or unusual detail could bring a fortune. Furthermore, the coin's copper content itself holds intrinsic value since copper prices have increased significantly, and pure copper coins have become scarcer over time. But the real magic happens when condition and rarity meet. A flawless 1981 penny graded mint state 68 or higher by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC could fetch enormous prices due to its perfection and visual appeal. Combine that grade with a minting error or unique variation, and the result could easily surpass $1 million auction price, which is what happened in cases where similar coins broke records at rare coin sales. What's incredible is that many of these coins still circulate today unnoticed in piggy banks, cash drawers, or old family collections, waiting for a sharp-eyed enthusiast to recognize their hidden worth. So, if you have a 1981 penny in your possession, don't dismiss it as just another old coin. Check it carefully under good lighting or with a magnifier. Look for doubling on the lettering or date, unusual mint marks, cracks, or any detail that seems out of place. Those tiny imperfections could mean you're holding a once-in-a-lifetime discovery worth far beyond its face value. Every year, new varieties and discoveries continue to surface, reminding us that even in something as small as a penny, history, rarity, and craftsmanship can combine to create a masterpiece of immense value. The 1981 Liberty 1-cent coin stands as a timeless reminder that mistakes, when rare enough, can turn ordinary objects into priceless treasures. So keep checking your change, stay curious, and who knows, you might just be the next person to find $1 million penny hiding in plain sight. Today we are diving into one of the most fascinating stories in the world of rare coins, the 1985 United States Liberty 1-cent penny, a coin that at first glance seems ordinary, just another copper-plated zinc cent we see in our pockets, but hidden within its small round frame lies a mystery and a fortune that has stunned collectors across the globe. Because one rare era coin from 1985 has been valued at an astonishing $2.4 million, yes, you've heard that right, a simple penny with a face value of just 1 cent turned into a millionaire's treasure due to a combination of minting errors, metal composition differences, and striking anomalies that make it one of the most valuable modern Lincoln cents ever discovered. To understand how a coin of such humble appearance could achieve this unimaginable worth, we must first go back to the history of the 1985 penny, a year that marked a transition period for the United States Mint, where most pennies were made of copper-plated zinc instead of the older solid bronze composition, a change that began in 1982 due to the rising cost of copper. During this period, small errors in planchet selection, die preparation, and striking pressure created variations that would go unnoticed by the general public but become the holy grail for collectors decades later. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced hundreds of millions of 1985 pennies, but among these, a few rare examples came out with misaligned dies, off-center strikes, double dies, and even wrong planchet errors where coins were struck on bronze instead of the new zinc planchets, creating an immediate and dramatic rarity. Some of these 1985 pennies even displayed a faint or completely missing mint mark, or had the D-mint mark from Denver repunched, leading to varieties like RPMs, repunched mint marks, and even transitional errors where the coin's weight and metal composition differed from the official specifications. These rare mistakes are what makes certain examples of the 1985 Lincoln cent worth millions today, as they represent a perfect storm of numismatic history, era rarity, and collector demand. When a coin shows an unexpected double die on Lincoln's face or the date, or an improperly aligned strike that leaves the rim incomplete, it tells a story of human error meeting mechanical imperfection, something that happens only once in countless millions of coins, and collectors are willing to pay astronomical prices for such anomalies, especially when they are preserved in mint state or proof-like condition. The most famous of the 1985 pennies, worth over $2.4 million, was discovered to have multiple striking anomalies, including a dramatic double die obverse where the date and inscriptions appeared doubled under magnification, combined with a mint mark error that did not match the die records for that year, suggesting it might have been struck using a test die or even a leftover die from another minting year, possibly making it a transitional variety. Experts in the coin grading community, including specialists from PCGS and NGC, confirmed its authenticity, and its immaculate condition, bright luster, and historical significance turned it into one of the most desirable modern pennies in the world. What makes the story even more thrilling is that such coins can still be out there in circulation, hiding in old jars, drawers, or boxes of pennies waiting to be rediscovered by someone with a keen eye and passion for detail. To identify a rare and valuable 1985 penny, collectors should closely inspect the date, mint mark, and overall strike quality under magnification, checking for doubling on the inscriptions like Liberty or In God We Trust, as well as on the numerals of the date. Another key factor is the coin's weight, as a normal zinc 1985 penny weighs about 2.5 grams, while a rare bronze era coin would weigh around 3.1 grams. Which immediately signals that the coin was struck on a wrong planchet. Also, look for off-center strikes, broad strikes, or any unusual rim formation, as these physical minting errors drastically increase a coin's value. Even subtle repunched mint marks, where AD appears doubled or shifted, are highly desirable. The condition of the coin, known as its grade, is equally important, because a 1985 penny with similar errors but heavy wear might fetch a few $100 or $1,000, but one in uncirculated or proofed condition can skyrocket into the hundreds of thousands, or even millions at auction. Over the years, collectors and treasure seekers have grown increasingly aware of how mint errors can turn pocket change into fortune, leading to a surge in interest for coins like this one. The 1985 Liberty penny has become a symbol of how tiny imperfections can lead to enormous value, a reminder that sometimes the most common things hide extraordinary secrets. So if you ever come across a 1985 penny, take a closer look before you spend it, because that 1-cent coin might not just be a piece of old change, it could be a hidden treasure worth millions. The excitement around these coins continues to grow, with auctions attracting bidders from all over the world hoping to own a piece of minting history. This coin's fame has also inspired new collectors to start checking their own coins, proving that numismatics is not just about money, but about discovery, history, and passion. Each coin tells a story, and in the case of the 1985 Liberty 1 cent, that story is one of chance, error, and immense fortune. So stay curious, keep hunting, and who knows, the next legendary coin worth millions might be sitting right in your hands, waiting to be found and shared with the world.